will continue to stand with leaders in Muslim communities, including faith leaders, who are the best voices to discredit ISIL's warped ideology.
Warped is based on the verb warp, which means to change the shape of something different from its original form. And you've heard of Star Trek and these science fiction movies where they always talk about time warps, where for some reason people can go from one period of time to another, or a time-space warp where they can go from Earth and they can go right to Jupiter and they don't even have to cover all those millions of miles. They just go into this Stargate and then they come out the other side. So that's how warped is used in science fiction. In everyday life, it's used to describe more common things like furniture, where one of the legs will get bent because it got wet, and then you have to throw it away because it's warped. Or you buy a board from the lumber yard, and then it turns out you can't use it because the board's warped. It's all twisted. So you try to use it for whatever it is, and it just doesn't fit properly. So this idea of something becoming transformed in its shape, that can also get applied to the political and ideological realm. So they will talk about warped ideology. And the idea here is that there was an original ideology of some type, which was presumably, good. And that somehow this ideology got warped into some bizarre shape that's no longer good anymore. So you got to sort of deal with it in its warped form. So the idea of a warped ideology is when you start from something that's good and truthful, and then it gets distorted and misshaped into something that is false and negative. There was a movie, American Beauty, which a lot of people didn't like because they felt it presented a warped view of American family life. A lot of people feel that politicians warp facts to fit their point of view.
Despite the fact that they have not gotten as much attention as ISIL, they still pose a danger as well. Our goals here consistently have to be aggressive and to leave no stone unturned.
To leave no stone unturned refers to a investigation or a prosecution of some type where the prosecutors promise to do a real good job, a real thorough job, that if there's something going on underneath some stone somewhere, they're going to turn that stone over and they're going to find out what's going on underneath it. So this is typically used for investigations where there's a certain level of notoriety involved. It can refer to any sort of endeavor where people are going to try to find all possible solutions. So for example, for the next iPhone, the president of Apple can get out there and say, the president of Apple can get out there and say, we will leave no stone unturned to get you the best iPhone that could possibly be created. The original meaning comes from the Greek. When they used to have armies and they'd go fight each other, and then they would talk to their troops and they'd say, we are going to leave no stone unturned to defeat the enemy. And then that was a couple thousand years ago, and it was such a good expression, it's lasted ever since. People tend to think it comes from the Bible, but no, it actually comes from before the Bible. Or they think it comes from Shakespeare, but Shakespeare, if he took it, he plagiarized it from the Greeks. So, to leave no stone unturned means to either to search in every possible place or to investigate every possible solution or to make every possible effort. I need to look for a job real soon, so I'm going to leave no stone unturned in my job search. I'm going to send out 20 resumes a day for as long as it takes to get all those interviews to get a new job. Nothing's going to stop me. With police departments, anytime a police officer is shot, they always get out there and say they are going to leave no stone unturned and do everything they can to try to find the cop killer. ESL-fullsteamahead.com